We are live. What is up, YouTube? Edwin, the comic jabroni, coming at you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Happy Black Friday to everybody. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy late Thanksgiving. I hope you ate everything that you wanted to eat and then got that itis and passed out, kind of like I did. I did not post a picture of what I was eating on Instagram or Facebook because we were all eating the same things, man. And for you guys across the pond or wherever you're watching me from, if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just know that us Americans like to get super duper fat one Thursday out of the month of November, and we eat a ton of turkey and a ton of stuffing and some gelatin cranberry sauce and all sorts of craziness, man, and pies galore. I know that I have tried to stay away from carbs as much as I can, but I said to hell with it. On Thanksgiving, I'm eating all sorts of craziness. So I'm going to click that off. I'm going to move this on over here. So, guys, thanks for joining. Although right now on the live stream, I don't think anybody has joined me, but people will watch this on the replay. On my Friday live videos, I like to discuss new comic book day pickups that I had on Wednesday, and we review them, right? This week was a light week, super light week. So instead of making a video to drop on Thursday discussing indies or Marvel and DC, I said, you know what? Since there weren't so many, let's just wait till Friday. People are with their families on Thursdays for Thanksgiving. Let's go ahead and just wait till Friday. Black Friday, we'll discuss the books then. And also on today's live stream, I am going to choose the winner of my 900 subscriber giveaway thank you contest, guys. So if you don't remember, I had a giveaway on a video maybe 3 weeks ago, and on that giveaway, these 3 packs of comics, Captain Marvel issue number 1, the Artgerm variant, and this Spider-Verse issue number 1, the variant 3-pack. So somebody's gonna win that. I have that kind of set up, and we'll get into that later. So this week I picked up, I think, a total of 9 books. One of them being an indie, just one indie. 3 Marvel books, and then 5 DC books. I was hoping that somebody would join, but maybe everybody's out with their families. If you're catching this on the replay, thank you so much. One other thing before we get into the books, I still have 1 unclaimed box as of right now. I don't know when you're watching this, but I have 1 unclaimed mystery box. Ross McMullen, what is up, man? John Gerardo, what is going on, guys? Happy Friday to y'all. Happy Black Friday. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining me. I have 1 unclaimed box left for the Jabronis mystery boxes, right? And again, the grand prize, 1 person out of the 20 is going to win this Hulk 180 graded 6.5 first cameo appearance of Wolverine. Those boxes, I have 19 claimed, 1 left. Those are going to be amazing boxes, man. I'm going to put some awesome comics in there. Do you ship to Canada? I will ship to Canada if you like. So right now the boxes are $50 plus shipping. And I went to the post office the other day, and the shipping for these, I'm going to be using the flat rate priority boxes from the U.S. Postal Service. It's $15, right? And that's within the United States. So altogether, 1 box is going to be $65. And I know that seems like, damn, that's a lot. I'm going to make it worthwhile for everybody that buys a box from me, man. I'm going to make it to where you open it and go, you know, this was worth the money. I'm going to put books in there that maybe you've never really seen before, or they're keys that you've always had in mind that you wanted. This being obviously one of them. If you want one to Canada, I can look to see what shipping is to Canada from Texas. And if you're willing to pay, John, for that shipping, hey, I'm cool, man. I will ship it to Canada. I do not know yet. I'd have to go to the post office, or maybe I can go online and see. But I would ship it to Canada if you paid for the shipping, brother. So today's video, man, we are going to go over the new comic book day pickups from Wednesday. As you guys know, I always use a website called Comic Book roundup.com. Absolutely love this website, man, and I can't stress enough how great of a resource this is. If you are a new comic book day comic reader collector, this is a great resource to find out what critics and what other people like myself and yourself are saying about a comic, man. Sometimes we go into a comic book store on a Wednesday, and we don't really know like kind of what we're picking up, or maybe it's a new series that you've had your eye on and you're like, I don't know if I want to get this or not. This website right here is a good source to kind of get a feel for what others are saying about the book. And not every time are you going to say, well, I totally agree with what the critics or what other people that are reading it are saying, right? Sometimes I grade a book higher or lower, and it's different than what they're saying on the website, but I still think that this is a great site. I mean, you can see it right here. These are the new comics that have come out during this week right here on the top. If you scroll down, recently reviewed comics. We got trades. They grade trades on here as well. I know some people are more into the trades than they are the single floppy issues. Highest rated current. I mean, look at it. Gideon Falls 18 got a 9.9. I mean, it's only 5 critics, but damn, that's a pretty high score for that. So I'm going to switch back over. Excuse me. So the first book that I wanted to get into, Let's Do, and John Gerardo says, I'll consider for the next batch. Yes. This is doing well, man. I've got one box left. Let's talk about Funko. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. It was. I hope yours was a fantastic time with your family and everybody. Hope you ate as much as you wanted to. This first round of boxes, I have one left. I just talked about it 2 days ago. There's one box left. The biggest reason, and I don't know if maybe this came across, but the biggest reason I want to start maybe getting rid or selling some of my stuff, and Comic Karma, really, a lot of it is just giving back to the community, is I am saving up for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 first printing, right? And that book, there were only about 3,300 of that book printed in a first print. It is expensive book, but it is a holy grail for me, man. Like, people have Amazing Fantasy 15, Detective Comics 27, whatever it is, man. People want the grail that they've always sought after. And for me, man, it is Ninja Turtles, guys. You know, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know, for me, Turtles is my thing. And if I move the camera over, I mean, you can tell I'm a turtle guy, man. I love everything about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what I grew up on. And for me to get a Ninja Turtle #1, I'm going to be selling a lot of books that I would not have 6 months ago. I would have held on to these books forever, but I have a goal in mind. As of right now, my Batman and my Ninja Turtle collection are off in one corner. I won't touch those yet unless I have more than one copy, which I do of a lot. But everything else is fair game, bro. Amazing Spider-Man, Uncanny X-Men, Justice League, anything you've ever seen on my channel that you have a question on. Damn, is Edwin gonna sell that? Hit me up. I have first appearance of Sabretooth. I have first appearance of Werewolf by Night. I've got so much stuff, guys, that I want to sell to get that Turtles #1, and I feel it. I can feel it. So, first book up, man, from Dark Horse Comics. This was the only indie book that I picked up this week. Too Many Comics. What's up? Says, hey everyone. So this is written by Christian Ward. Artist is Sammy Kivala. This is issue number 4, Machine Gun Wizards. And it is the last issue in this little mini series. And this is just a different take on Al Capone, the mob, the mafia in Chicago during Prohibition. Elliot Ness is in his Untouchables instead of going after Al Capone for prohibition on alcohol and, you know, the different things he's doing there. They're actually going after him for magic, for selling magic, because there is prohibition. There is a law on the books about selling magic. This issue number 4, let's go over to Comic Book Roundup. We see an 8.8 from 4 different critics. We get an 8.8 on this. We get a 10, a 9, an 8, and an 8 from different people. And myself, I think it was good too. I loved Who won? I have not said yet. We're going to wait until, let me get through these reviews. We're going to review them pretty quickly, man. I don't want to make this a long video. And then I'm going to choose the winner, Manish, at the end. Manish, thank you for joining me too. I wanted to say that. I liked this series. I like this different take on Al Capone, that he's selling magic. And this issue right here, issue number 4, gets into how he actually came about having all this magic, right? Magic is not just everywhere in this United States. He was able to acquire this by another being from a different dimension coming into the United States. So I absolutely loved it. I know on Buyer Pass I talked about trying to get the B cover with Al Capone on the cover. My shop didn't have it, man. They only had this cover. The artwork, in my opinion, is it's okay. It's not the best. I've seen better on the artwork, and if you see this, that frog right there, the frog is the reason magic is in this universe. But Al Capone has pretty much done a monopoly on the sale of magic, and it's because of this frog. And he told the frog that I'll get you home. I'll help you get home if you give me some of this magic. They call it lick, L-I-C-K, and I'll get you home. But Al Capone goes back on his deal. Now the frog has to go through Elliot Ness and his Untouchables to try to get back home, and now he's helping them. It's an incredible read. If you like a magic-based, mafia-based type of story, this is amazing. It is the last issue, right? It was a 1 through 4 miniseries, but if you see here at the end, as usually a lot of these do, you get the end. I don't know. I hope they come back with a second series on that. I thought it was really good. Second Street Marvel in the house. What's up, Second Street? Thank you for joining me, man. Let's do you guys want to talk about the 3 Marvel books I got, or do you want to talk about the DC books first? We can get into that. I'll let you guys decide today. While you guys decide, today's Black Friday. I hope you were able to go out and get some good deals. DC, let's talk about Funko says DC. I hope you were able to go out and get some good deals today. I did go to GameStop to get some games. I hope my kids aren't outside that door. Get some games for the kids for Christmas. I also went by and got something for myself from Total Wine, which is a liquor store here in town that had some deals going on. So I bought myself some stuff. Let's talk about Funko says I'll wait for Monday. So you're talking about Cyber Monday. So I see DC. We're going to pop DC up on the screen. And the first book up from DC is Batman Beyond, issue number 38. I did grab the B cover. This is written by Dan Jurgens. Artwork is done by Sean Chen. Let's move on over to Comic Book Roundup. We got a 7.1 from critics. So 7 critics. Got 8s. There's a 7, a 6.5, and a 5.5. I'd probably give it an 8, 7.5 to 8. I've really enjoyed Batman Beyond since I started reading it at issue 25, which is funny because issue 25 is like the major issue that everybody wants right now, right? Because it could be the first appearance of whoever this is. We do not know who this is, and that's where this story kind of gets into. I'm going to show you some of the interior artwork on this. I think the artwork, they kind of changed it up a little bit. I don't know if this is the same artist doing the artwork on the inside, but the reason we have a female, Manish Mandel says 10 for cover. You talking about that issue 25? Is it going for $10 right now? I thought it was actually going for a little bit more. I'm glad I actually picked up more than one copy. But the reason, it's possibly Grayson's daughter, which that's her first appearance, is in issue 25. The reason we have a female or a Batwoman Beyond right now is because Terry McGinnis in the last story arc had his mind wiped. So he doesn't know. He's out on the streets. He doesn't know who he is. And somebody has to take up the mantle of this Batman Beyond. And in issue, 38, 36, a female goes into the Batcave and steals the Batman Beyond suit and starts wearing it. So 37 is a big one. And then 38 is more of trying to figure out who it is. You've got Terry McGinnis' brother and Bruce Wayne going to 2 different people who they think could be this person. So Bruce Wayne goes to Commissioner Gordon, Barbara, and he's like, is it you? are you this Batwoman Beyond? And she kind of just laughs. She's like, I'm too old for that trash. I'm not trying to do this. That being a superhero is for somebody younger and more limber than us. And then what does Terry McGinnis' brother do? He goes to this other girl who I don't remember her name right now, and asks if it's her, which he's a dummy because obviously this Batwoman Beyond has red hair and this chick is a blonde. So I don't know. But if you want to pick up a Batman, Batwoman, Batman Beyond, I think it's good to go back to issue 36 and see if you could pick up 36, 37, 38. This is all start of a brand new story. It's really good. At the end of this issue, we do see that one of Batman Beyond's villains is back, Blight, who had died. It could be. I collect a lot, says maybe a wig. Could be a wig. I doubt it, though. We do see that Blight is back. This is a Batman Beyond villain who has like this nuclear power, and he has picked up Batwoman Beyond, and he is he's about to trash her, man. He's about to kill her. So I really enjoyed Batman Beyond. I'm glad that I've picked it up since at least issue 25. I should have been picking it up from before that, but it's been a good read. I love Batman, right? I love the character Batman, and being able to read Batman in this different futuristic Gotham, Neo Gotham. It's really cool. You got an older Bruce Wayne. All the characters that we know and love are older, right? Dick Grayson is older. Barbara Gordon, they're older. Now you have a new, a new generation filling in the boots of the Batman family. So really liked it, man. Batman Beyond. They gave it, that 8 or 7 point whatever. I think it's a little bit better than that, 7.1. I'd say 7.5 to 8. But again, I'm biased because I like Batman and I've really enjoyed this series. Did you guys pick up Batman Beyond issue number 38? Next up, I'm going to talk about The Last God. This is book number 2 for Last God, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. And the artist is Riccardo Federici, who I believe he is doing the artwork on the cover as well. I really enjoy and love the look of these covers, guys. This one really gives me the feel like this character up here looks like somebody that would have been kind of taken out of like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, right? And just kind of put in there. The artwork in this Last God, like John's Comics with Kid said, hello, John. How are you doing, Johnny? The artwork is insane. It is just absolutely beautiful. So much detail put into each one. And look at the difference in this with all the red, the dark colors that we get there, and then we turn the page and now it's more of a green, really blah type of coloring, but the artwork is still just amazing. The names are so difficult to remember. That is something that is when I'm reading this book, and I'm going to switch over. So we get a 7.9 from critics and an 8.7 from users. Let's see if any users on here. Ink Knight, superb. That's all there is to say about this book. Your Green Muse. I have no idea who any of these people are, which happens when a new series comes out, right? The best thing about this issue was Torma's death. Not much else here for me besides that glimmer of horror. Well, I don't agree. I don't know if his 5.0, he's taken the score down because he doesn't know who the characters are. Well, that's to be expected, right? Because this is a brand new series. This is brand new characters we've never seen before. So this writer has to create a story from scratch and make up these characters and give us a reason to continue to want to read. And what the story is on here is there's 2 different time periods. The first time period with this set of heroes going out to kill this last god. And we never really see what the fight is yet. It's only book 2. But we know that they were able to defeat it or do something. They come back and they're heroes now, and one of them becomes king. And then we have the second story, which is 30 years later, where now we're finding out that maybe they didn't kill this last god, and it is back, and it has taken over what looks to be the king. Maybe the king had this god inside of him this whole time. So I think the artwork in here is just, again, amazing. One of the other things, Too Many Comics, haven't heard of this run. I'll check it out. It is good. Manish. The best thing is the art, man. I'm drooling. Yeah, the artwork is great. And one of the other things, and I'm really a fan of comics giving us more than just what we read in between the pages, right? I don't know if that makes sense. More than just the artwork and the story in that sense. In this, we're getting maps of what this country is, of where we're at. We're getting more stories inside. Here's songs that they tell in this, or songs that they sing. Here are some more stories about this world that we need to kind of learn more about, right? Here is Siuli, Queen of Rivers, Part 2. So this is just more historical background on this world. And it does, like, let's talk about Funko says, it's going in depth. And that's what I really enjoy about reading it. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I missed out on Game of Thrones right when it came out. I jumped in like season 3 of Game of Thrones and I binge watched everything I could. And then after I watched it, I went back and read the books. And then I went online and I read everything I could about the backstory of this world of Game of Thrones, because it's not just the TV show and the books that we're reading. There are thousands of years of history in Game of Thrones, right? And I wanted to know more. Why are these different houses the way they are? I still haven't given into Game of Thrones. You really should. Like, now is the best time or Breaking Bad. Holy crap. Second Street Marvel, man. I thought you were into all this. Game of Thrones is awesome right now. Obviously, season 8 kind of gets a bad rap. I enjoyed it not as much as I enjoyed other seasons, but now you can just binge watch all of it, man. You don't have to wait like I did season after season. I'd have to wait a year. Like, it would end the season and I'd have to wait a whole year, man, with just anticipation. I want to know why. Yeah, I want to know why they effed up that last season, man. Sometimes it's so, when you put a TV show on a pedestal like we did with Game of Thrones, because that first season was amazing all the way up until about season 4, season 5. I mean, it was just so damn good. And then it started to slowly kind of dwindle down. It wasn't as good, but it was still good. And then season 8, man, when you put a show so high, it's difficult to give everybody what they want, right? That last episode upset a lot of people. And I wasn't upset by it, but obviously I had a different thought process into how they should have ended it, but it's not my show. I'm just a watcher, right? I'm just a viewer of the show. The writers are getting paid to write it. The people, the producers, the directors, they're getting paid to make this show. I'm just there to enjoy it. That too. That hurt it a lot. I collect a lot. No more source material. George R.R. Martin, he's still on book 5. I don't think book 6 has come out yet. So the writers and the directors had to make it on their own. They had an idea because I think they had spoken with George kind of about where they wanted to end the show, and I think he gave them okay, like, yeah, that's kind of where I'm going to be going to as well. So, but I'm still going to read the books whenever they come out to see if the show and the books deviated a lot. Repair Tech Tony in the house, man. We dropped HBO before the final season. I feel like I didn't miss out. I'll catch it at some point. Yeah. I don't know if HBO is going to put that show on Netflix or anything. No, or maybe Amazon Prime. Because I know if you have Amazon Prime, there are a ton of HBO shows on there that you get for free with Prime. It's like if you've never seen the show The Wire, all 5 seasons are on Amazon Prime, if you have Prime, for free. It's part of the Prime. And I think The Wire, in my opinion, is top 3 TV shows of all time, man. Like, it was such an amazing show. Manish is asking, have I watched Watchmen yet? I have pretty much after Game of Thrones ended, I cut my HBO subscription. I do not have HBO, so I have not. John's, try The Name of the Wind if you like good fantasy reading. Yeah, I like a good fantasy book. I like a good fantasy comic book, man. I enjoy it. If you want to know more about this book, you should definitely go check out John's crazy review video that he dropped yesterday. And John has the white beard on with the white hair and the white robe, and John's insane, but I love that guy so much, man. Let's move into the next book. Here is one that I picked up mainly for the cover. When I saw the cover, I talked about it on Buyer Pass. I was like, holy crap, that cover to me looks awesome. I know John's probably going to give me crap because he doesn't understand why this character has gotten as much love, but it's going to be Supergirl Annual number 2. I love this cover. I'm a Joker fan, right? So anytime you get a Jokerized cover like this with the ha 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 in the background, yes, she is now Supergirl Who Laughs, and there's a ton of Who Laughs out there. You know, he has Joker, the Batman Who Laughs has created his own Sinister Six or Secret Six or whatever he's calling them, and Supergirl is one of them. But we find out in this issue that it wasn't Supergirl that he wanted to make into whatever Who Laughs. It was Superman. But she saved Superman in that issue of Justice League that came out last week. She saved him by grabbing the Batarang, and then she got infected with the, I don't know, what the hell do you want to call it? The Who Laughs serum or whatever the hell it is. I flipped through it. I read a little bit of it. This wasn't my favorite issue. I will switch over to, and here it is, Supergirl Annual, written by Robert Venditti. Artist is Laura Braga. Got a 6.6 from critics and an 8.2 from users. So we got 2 users. Adia Coda. You'll love this new you, a Kara without sadness and guilt. A Kara who isn't defined by loss. Believe me, it's the only way to live. And that is in this book. Batman Who Laughs does say that to her. So what this is, good call. It's the Venom symbiote of DC. Yeah, this is Jokerized. Jokerized covers have been done for a long time. There's some that were done in the late 80s, in the 90s that I wouldn't say they're sought after like other books are, but they're cool to have. I have them in my collection. There's the Superman covers that are Jokerized, that Wonder Woman, I think it's Wonder Woman 98, that's her on the cover, kind of Jokerized as well. Those are awesome covers, man. And yes, you were right, John. It is the symbiote venomized cover for DC. Everybody has to be Jokerized. But I like it. It gives that creepy look. You can't see her face except for the teeth. She has this that crazy visor on. This is a story of her on Krypton, right? She's kind of remembering her past, but she's remembering in a different way with the Batman Who Laughs serum in her. So she's seeing a lot of these good things that had happened to her on Krypton, and they're kind of getting skewed a little bit. And by the end of it, she's finally, I think the artwork in here is not good at all. And I'm going to show you this page, and like this kind of shows you, like, look at Batman Who Laughs. It just doesn't looks to me. It reminds me of Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers. That's what that looks like, man. Rita Repulsa. I don't like I don't like it. I just like these last few pages where she's talking to Batman Who Laughs, and he tells her, "I wanted Superman, but I got you. And in all honesty, you're probably the better of the two, because you're the true Kryptonian. Superman never lived on Krypton. He was sent off as a baby. She was a teenager when Krypton finally got destroyed, so she is the true Kryptonian, man." So yeah, it does, right? That looks like, to me, that looks like Rita Repulsa. Let me see if I can show that picture back again. That looks like Rita Repulsa. Trying to go after the Power Rangers, man. I don't know. Spot on, too funny. Yes, that's Rita Repulsa. Before we get too much further, guys, I have a few books left. I want to remind you, I have one box left of the mystery box, the Comic Jabroni mystery box. And remember, this is going in one of those boxes, man. Hulk 180, first cameo appearance of Wolverine, 6.5. If you have questions about it, hit me up. My email, I will put it down in the description below. There is one box unclaimed. Whenever I get that last box claimed, I'm definitely, that's where I'm going to get all the boxes put together, and we're going to ship them out, man. We are going to ship them out. This is the first round of mystery boxes. I'm hoping to do more. Let's get into the last book for DC. That's going to be Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Infinite Crisis, issue number 1. Now, I've been picking up these Tales from Dark Multiverses. I've enjoyed them. I didn't think anything was going to come out of them, because if you read them, these characters that we find out about, right? These first appearance of these characters, right? The Son of Bane was in one. That's Sinestro from last time. We we kind of find out that nothing happens with them. Either they die or they get stuck in this universe. But I've just read the other day that they're going to do a new series come out next year where Batman Who Laughs, of course, Batman Who Laughs is going to be going to these dark multiverses and taking these characters that we find out about in these and using them for something on Earth, right? Earth 1. This issue is a dark take on Infinite Crisis. If you've ever read Infinite Crisis, it is a very convoluted story. It is insane to read, and it has a lot to do with the different multiverses of DC, man. And if you know anything about DC, their multiverse system is crazy. Like, you don't really understand what's going on. I enjoyed it. I just finally finished reading it not too long ago, a few days ago, on the DC Universe app. If you've never read it and you have the DC Universe app, go on there and read it. It has to do with Alexander Luthor and Superboy Prime and the older Superman from Earth 2, right? The original Superman, they are in there. But this book has more to do with Blue Beetle, the original Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, and how he figures out that something's going on, and he takes over the OMAC, the one-man army corps, and he takes over OMAC and is now trying to save Earth, right? But he's going to save it in his own different way. Second Street Marvel says, damn, already sold out. I'd like one, but when do you need payment? I'm hoping on the boxes, what the email that I've sent out to people who said that I want one is, if you can pay now, that would be the best. If by the 15th of December, I have not been able to get all of the claims in, I'm going to refund everybody, man. I wanted to get all 20 of them claimed so that I can send all 20 out at one time, because my deal is if 10 of them get bought and I send 10 out and randomly that slab gets sent out, then what's the point in people really wanting, that's the grand prize. So I'm worried that people wouldn't want to buy any more of the mystery boxes. So if I can get all 20 sold, that's it, man. 20 of them are going out. One of them's going to have that. Another one's going to have that Shazam #1 in there. That Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths, that Death of Flash is going to go in another box. So there's not just this key. There's going to be some other major keys going out in these boxes. So don't be worried like Edwin, $50 with the shipping comes out to $65. It seems like a lot, but I'm going to make it worth it for you guys. This book right here, this, Ted Kord, he kind of goes insane, man, with this one army, this Brother Eye, and this one army corps. And as you can tell there, he kills the original right here in this side. He kills the original Superman and Superman and Lois Lane. He ends up killing Alexander Prime. He takes Superboy Prime as kind of like his second in command. I enjoyed it, but this one is very different. This one right here is very different from the other ones we read. It is not as dark as the other ones, and the story is I think better in my opinion, because I think Infinite Crisis is a good story that needed to be told again, in my opinion. I enjoyed it. I'm going to be picking up, I think the next one, it says on the, let me see. The next one is Teen Titans in the Judas Contract. So if you know anything about that, Teen Titans versus Deathstroke. I want to say that is the first time that we see Nightwing, right? Dick Grayson takes on the role of Nightwing. Let me move on over to Comic Book Roundup. 7.5 from critics, 9.2 from users. Just a Rican and his comics in the house. Rod, I apologize for not saying hi to you earlier, man. What is up, brother? I know you sent me an email. Rod is going to be getting one of these mystery boxes. Let's talk about Funko. Says, yes, sending payment tomorrow. Thank you so much. How many Infinite Crises have there been? Well, there's only been one Infinite Crisis, but there's been a butt ton of crises in the DC universe, man. Pretty much starting with that Crisis on Infinite Earths in the 80s, which a lot of people have, they kind of see that story through rose-colored glasses. If you really read that, it is an insane, crazy story that you never really understand what's going on. And in my opinion, it's not very good. Yeah, you get the death of Supergirl, you get the death of Flash, the first appearance of Anti-Monitor is in there, but it is crazy 12-issue series that I don't understand what the hell is going on in a lot of it. But yes, Identity Crisis, Final Crisis. There are so many crises in the DC universe. I've never read Final Crisis, but I've read Crisis on Infinite Earths, Identity, Infinite Crises. If there's any more, I'm not sure if I've read them, but Identity Crisis is my favorite. And that has nothing to do with the multiverse like this one does, Infinite Crisis or Crisis on Infinite Earths. That Identity Crisis is, again, I say it a lot, in my opinion, one of the best story arcs for DC, man. If you've never read it, definitely go on the DC Universe app and read that one, man. That has to do with the death of Sue Dibney, Elongated Man's wife, kind of what happened with her, how she died. The person that kills her is somebody that you do not expect. Why they thought Dr. Light was the person that killed her, and what transpired on the Justice League Watchtower with him and Batman. That one is insane, guys. So we got one book left. Let's switch on over. We have Detective Comics issue 1016, written by Peter J. Tomasi. Artist is Doug Mahnke. I grabbed the B cover. I kind of dig the B cover on this. Show you some of the interior artwork. Batman and Mr. Freeze have teamed up to stop Mr. Freeze's wife, Nora, because she got brought back to life using this serum and this formula that Lex Luthor has given to Mr. Freeze. And we find out in this book that this formula was used before, and it was used to create a Bizarro. So the reason Nora Freeze is starting to go insane is because this formula is flawed, right? So yes, it brought her back to life, but now she's going insane. And Mr. Freeze enlists Batman to help him. I know I'm going to go to jail. I know we're both going to go to prison, but I want us to go to prison together. I love my wife. This isn't her. I can fix this formula. I can fix her. But we take a left turn in this, man, and it's you get a lot of action in here with Mr. Freeze and Nora. And Mr. Freeze ends up stabbing Batman in the back. And down here, he says, I love you, babe. You and your damn cold black heart. Love you now and forever. So, what does Nora end up doing? You love me, but you can't have me. And she sticks him in the side of the neck with this serum stuff that makes him end up, going cold again. Not my favorite end to a story arc for Batman. But now, instead of Mr. Freeze being one of the main villains for Batman, his wife, Nora Freeze, is now one of the rogues in Batman's gallery, man. She is, I think, getting her first appearance, I think it was like 2 issues ago, her first appearance as this Freeze character. I think it's worthy of going out and picking up just one copy of it, man. That's one that we might want to have in our collection, right? Captain Marvel, that was one. Avenging Spider-Man 9. It wasn't a brand new character, but it was a new it was an older character in a new way, right? Seen in a new way. And this is Nora Freeze. She's not a new character, but it is a new character seen in a new way. She is now a villain. She is going to be taking the place of Mr. Freeze as a rogue in Batman's gallery. So I think it's worth getting. We are going to see a new story arc starting. So if you've wanted to jump into Detective Comics, the next issue will be a good issue to get. And all we see down here in the bottom is Robin. So I don't know what that's going to be about, but I have enjoyed Detective Comics more than I've liked Batman. That's nothing new. You guys should know that. Reading, if you've watched my channel, I've got 3 books left. Let's get through these Marvel books. Oh, that is delicious. Question: any of you guys out there playing Modern Warfare, Call of Duty on any system? PlayStation, whatever, because I just bought it today. And if you do play Modern Warfare, hit me up. Let's get in some games together. First book up. Let's switch bam, we're going to be talking about Marvel. First book I got is Jane Foster Valkyrie, issue number 5, written by Jason Aaron and Al Ewing. And the artist is Cafu. That's all I see. Cafu. So we switch on over to Comic Book Roundup. 8.6 from critics, 8.8 from users. Let's go to user. We got our boy Wolf Warner, man. Solid ending to the first arc. Ewing and Aaron flipped the script by whisking Grim Reaper's ass off to Valhalla. Boy, is he tight right now. Enjoyed this first arc. Yes, so this is... Thank you, Wolf Warner, for that amazing review. Yo, what's up, Air Spider and the Gray Man in the house? What's up? What did I win? I will, as soon as I review these last 3 books, we are going to get into the giveaway. So, Jane Foster Valkyrie, this is the last issue of the first story arc, where she's kind of coming into her own, what these powers is that she has. And in this issue, she is fighting the Grim Reaper. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that. Interior artwork is really good, man. Really good. We find out Grim Reaper is dead, right? And he has been made into the Grim, like the actual Grim Reaper by Mephisto. And the only thing that he has to do is to get the soul of Doctor Strange. Marvel issue 1 and 2 were 3 through 5 are decent. I like them. I like 1 and 2 because 1, you find out at the end kind of what her powers are, and Bullseye shows up. Then in issue 2, she fights Bullseye, and she has to save, what's his name? The All-Seer, the god, the seeing god, the all-seeing god. This issue, there is awesome fights in the air from her, what is that, a Pegasus, and then the flying horse of the Grim Reaper. Funny part with this horse, he's talking to the... He's talking to the other horse while he's fighting him, and he's like, do you like apples? And then he goes, do you like these apples? And boom, he hits him right in the neck. I don't know. So, good ending to... Sometimes I laugh at the dumbest shit, guys. Sue me. Very good ending, I think, in my opinion, to the first story. I will tell you that I liked it. I think it's underrated. A lot of people aren't really talking about it. But now, because I have something in mind as far as Turtles #1, I'm going to start cutting my pull list down considerably. And this one's probably going to not make the chopping block, right? It's going to be cut out, guys. One book that I will tell you that I've got probably 5 books left before I cut it out of my, off the list. Venom, issue number 20, written by Donny Cates, artist Iban Coelho and Jose Carlos Silva. This is finally the end to the Absolute Carnage story. Switch on over to Comic Book Roundup. 8.1 from critics, 9.1 from users, man. People are really liking this. Let's see if our boy Wolf Warner is in here. There he is. Council of Reeds and the Maker in the building to bring back Ultimate Venom. Wow. On to the next arc. Can't wait to see what Venom Island has in store. So there you go, guys. Yes, this is the end of that story of Absolute Carnage. So I'm going to show you. Where is it? So yeah, we do get some talking between Dylan and Eddie Brock in here. But what's very important, we get a heartfelt hug. I love you, Dad. I love you too, son. But the most important thing in this issue is the Maker is talking to somebody, right? Because he has a plan in mind to open the Ultimates universe back up. And he needed all the symbiote codices. But he wasn't able to get them. Venom got all the codexes back. But what he does have is the symbiote from his universe. And I'm going to show you that picture right there. And that is why Ultimate Spider-Man issue 33 or 35 has gone up in price. And a lot of them are sold because that symbiote is showing back up. And another pretty incredible part of this book is we find out more of the origins of the Carnage symbiote and all these different offsprings of Carnage. And what we find out is every time there's this something big is going to happen in the Marvel Universe, it spawns off a different Carnage. So Thanos, when he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, that created Carnage. When the the second Superhuman Civil War, that created a different part of Carnage. What was another one? When the Chaos War, which is a story that I've kind of read, I didn't really like it too much. That created a different. So I did really like that about this issue. I'm going to continue with Venom until I'd say about issue 25, like I did with Immortal Hulk. And at that point, I'm probably going to drop it. I think issues 1 through 25, that's a good stopping point for me. All right, last book up, guys. We have X-Force, issue number 2. Grabbed the A cover. Aggressively Relaxing says, 2019 is a year of badass Marvel movies. ASM 129, hey guys, just left the Bartow comic shop in Florida. Ran into celebrity Rod the Rican, the celebrity Rod the Rican, man. I'm glad you guys were able to hook up and see each other down there in Florida. I can't wait. End of January, I will be in Florida in Tampa Bay, guys. So any of you Floridians out there, if you want to come and hang out and come, I don't know, meet the comic jabroni, that makes me sound like a pompous ass. I'm not a pompous ass. I just want to hang out with all the people in the comic community, man. If you guys have the chance at the end of January to come see me in Tampa, come and say hi. Let's take pictures. Let's hang out. Let's go to the comic shops in Tampa and go buy all the comics, man. So X-Force issue number 2, written by Ben Piercy, artist Joshua Cassara. The whole new X-Men Dawn of X that Jonathan Hickman started. There are only 2 books that I'm going to keep up with. That's Marauders, which I think is the best, and then X-Force, which I've enjoyed as well. Marauders is more of a pirate's tale, right, with Kitty Pryde taking over as the captain of this ship. And X-Force is a CIA spy type of story. In that first issue, we got the death of Charles Xavier. In this issue, we get all of the heroes kind of like standing by. Like, I can't believe this has happened. We just started, we just kind of started this nation. I'm going to show you this right here. Boom. They're all standing over the dead body of Charles Xavier. But we know that mutants can now be reincarnated. One of the big things I was wondering is, but if they killed Charles Xavier, I thought he had all of their minds in that Cerebro helmet. In this issue, we kind of find out that there are more of those Cerebro helmets and that Jean Grey can possibly use them to bring back mutants. So they're going to bring her back. Another part of this issue is, who were these assassins that made it onto our island? How did they get here? How did they make it on the island? And who are they and where are they from? So Wolverine goes out on this mission to find out, and he is met up by Kid Omega, which is funny because those two characters hate each other. If you've read, I think it was Wolverine, it was like that school that Wolverine created. It was like 2010, 2011. Kid Omega was in that school, and he was actually trying to kill Wolverine at one point. They're on this mission to find out, and they're trying to find out what happened to Domino, because Charles Xavier put Domino on this mission to find out some things, but she has gone like not rogue. She's gone like, what is it called? Radio silence. Nobody knows where she's at. In this issue, we find out that she has a big part to do with why these assassins were able to get onto the island. It is because they are, this organization, whoever it is, they are creating assassins. They're making these assassins. And what they are using is body parts of Domino. There's Domino at the end. You can see they're removing parts of her skin, and they're grafting it onto these assassins that they are creating so that they can make it onto the island without the island really suspecting who it is. Because in that first issue, when they fly in onto the island suspects, or whoever it is that kind of checks who's coming in and out of the island just thinks it's Domino because they have grafted these parts of her skin onto her. I don't know. That's crazy comic book talk, and I don't really understand it, but I like it. I dig it. I dig this whole CIA spy story with the X-Men, Wolverine. I don't know if he's the leader of the group, but looks like we're going to get Kid Omega on this team. We're going to get the Beast on there. Jean Grey might be a part of it. It kind of tells you at the beginning like who's on there. Magneto, Black Tom Cassidy. I like it. I can't wait to read more. So I'm only going to be picking up 2 X-Men titles from here on out, guys. New Mutants is not going to make the list. Excalibur is not going to make the list. X-Men not making the list. Y'all know how I feel about X-Men. Let's move. Before we get in, let's see. 8.6 from critics, 9.0 from users. User ratings. Is our boy Wolf Warner in here? Where's he at? There he is. Gave it a 9. Once again, another solid entry. Post House of X, Powers of 10. Poor Domino. Again, yeah, poor Domino, man. She's supposed to be the lucky, right? The lucky mutant, but didn't look like she got too lucky in that sense. So we are now going to do the giveaway, guys, for these 2 books. Switch over. We're going to do the giveaway for these 2 books. And let's see how I can do this. Give me 1 second, guys. We're going to switch. I think it's browser. Is it Google Chrome? That's Google Chrome. We are going to. There you go. There is the random YouTube picker. I collect a lot. I'm dropping X-Men at number 5. Now, I dropped it at number 2. I dropped it at number 2. I liked X-Force. I'm into body horror. There you go, into body horror. So what I'm going to do for this giveaway is I use a website called, and actually I should probably switch it over. So I use this website called commentpicker.com YouTube. And what I have here is the URL for that video down at the bottom. I get the YouTube comments, and there are 76 unique commenters on that video. So if I switch over here, we're gonna roll the dice. Let's see, random number. How does that work? Random number generator. So we're gonna go 1. I don't want to have to click that damn button too many times. What's up, Tiger McNulty? What's up, man? We're gonna generate a number. Now, 1's not enough. Let's pick it one more time. Okay, we're gonna pick it 4 times. 4 click-throughs on the random generator. Is everybody ready? Here's the first one. D-Kib. We're gonna pick another winner. This is number 2. My boy Reggie Balines. Number 3. Neotai Comics. All right, guys. So here we go. This is the winner. Whoever wins, I will have these books shipped out to you as soon as I can. And the winner. Winner is Stockton Ellis Fong. Congratulations, Stockton. I don't really have a half-price books near me, but I'm heading to one this weekend. Fingers crossed, Stockton. I hope you were able to make it out to a half-price books. You are the winner of these 3-pack of comics from Walmart, Spider-Verse, and the Art Germ Captain Marvel variant for issue number 1. Thank you, everybody that participated in this giveaway. I will have another giveaway when I make it up to 1,000. Right now, I'm currently, I think, at 969 or 970. So 30 away from 1,000, guys. I'm going to do a giveaway for that milestone for me, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Again, before I get off, that sounded weird. I'm not getting off. Before I leave this YouTube live stream, remember, I have the mystery boxes, Comic Jabroni mystery boxes. This is the grand prize winner, guys. I accept PayPal. The only thing I ask is if you do claim, you email me at my email, and if you can pay now, that would be the best. I told everybody that has claimed one, and most people have paid already, that if by the 15th of December I haven't had all the claims and everybody's paid, then I will refund you back. But again, I think it is a great opportunity for somebody to have this key issue in their collection. Those mystery boxes are going to have a ton of books, and they're going to have awesome keys in there for you. I am slowly but surely going to start getting rid of my personal collection, except for Batman and Ninja Turtles, and saving up for my Ninja Turtles #1, man. Let's talk about Funko. Saw my name, got hyped, then I was like, oh, Gray Man, you mean I never won? Not sure if I was even entered, to be honest. I'm not sure, Gray Man, if you were on there. Definitely have to check back for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So, guys, if you want in on the mystery box, there's one unclaimed box left. Just one unclaimed box. Hit me up in my email. It's going to be down in the description below. If not, it's going to be in my major announcement video from yesterday. Aggressive Last, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Daredevil, Moon Girl, and Runaway. Stay good. Second Street, check them out. Also, Hulk, really good last 2 issues. I dropped Immortal Hulk, so I can't speak on that, man. So, guys, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Read as many comics as you can. Check back on some other videos that I have, and hit up everybody that's in the chat right now, man. People have some awesome content. Gray Man, Aggressive Relax, everybody has some great content out there. Sub people up. This is a great community. The comic community has been amazing, and your support I appreciate so much. So many people have messaged me saying, good luck on my path to getting to 1,000 subs, or finding my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. Dude, it fills me with so much love, guys. So love all of y'all. Take it easy. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Peace.